what's the name of this pig? She goes, Mark. And I'm like, are you serious? I swear to God, guys. I'm like, are you serious? She's like, yeah, how do you think you got your name? And I'm like, are you insane right now? I swear to God, she'd always be like, you are Mark the pig. She's like, people come from everywhere to see you now. She's like, it's the same. You are the pig in a new body. It's crazy. She's like, I did not believe reincarnation before, but now, holy Moses. She's like, you are the pig, your hair is nice. When you put the gel, it shines in the sunlight. She's like, you are Mark. She's like, you've always been Mark the pig. She's like, that's why I like you so much. I was like, oh, okay. You like me because I look like your favorite animal. That's good, you know? She's like, you look like the pig that I used to love. That's nice, you know? I had to live up to that standard my whole life, you know? It's crazy. And I'd be like, how did you get it so big? She's like, I never tell anybody the secret. I would make the pig suck the nipples from the sheeps and the cows direct. And I was like, that's disgusting. I was like, you should have died with that secret. No one needs to know that, you know? I'm like, you're doing like animal crop. That's disgusting, you know? But to her, that was the shit. I don't know. It's crazy. And that's just one generation away, you know what I mean? And how different the lifestyles were. It's nuts. Yeah, I'm sweating my ass off. You better guys not put this anywhere, man. I'm sweating. I haven't shaved in 2 weeks. I look like a bum. Whatever. Anyways. She died about a month ago, and she was in the hospital for like 3 months fighting through this sickness. And she was just really, really old and really overweight, and just like things started failing in her body. She didn't have cancer or anything that was really... you know what I'm talking about, right? I don't even know the word I'm trying to say. Nothing major. She was kind of just, things just started failing, and then it was like a domino effect, and she was trying to fight it. And our last conversation we had on her deathbed was probably the funniest conversation we ever had that encompassed our relationship perfectly. I'll tell you guys right now. So this is what happened. My nonna makes a cake, okay? She's made this cake for like 50 years. Same cake, same recipe, same fucking pan. Like, it's disgusting, but whatever. Same pan. And it was amazing. Nobody could ever recreate it. She gave the recipe to all of us. We've all tried. Doesn't even come close. Anyways, I tried to recreate it, and I brought it to her in like the last week of her being alive. I'm like, no, I tried to recreate your cake. She's like, it's terrible, but I'll eat it, right? So she was eating this cake, and I'm like, so what's going on with you? Like, you enjoying the hospital or what? She's like, well, I've been here for 4 days. It was really 4 months, but her brain was kind of going at that time. And I was just like, well, yeah, for sure, 4 days, 100%, right? You're getting out soon. I'd be like, tell us you're going to make it. It's going to be fine. I tried to get her in a positive mood, right? And she'd be like, well, here's my problem. I don't like my nurse. And I was like, why don't you like your nurse? She's like, well, his wrist is broken. He keeps going like that. And I was like, I don't think it's broken. She's like, no, it's broken. He comes up to me and goes, Maria, Maria. And I'm like, yeah, he's probably just gay. Like, it's fine. You know what I mean? And she's like, gay? What the hell does that mean? I was like, are you for real? You don't know what that means? She's like, no, I know what gay means. I just never thought that was going to take off. And I was like, take off? What? What do you mean, take off, you know? She's like, I didn't think gay was going to get out of the 70s. That makes no sense. And I was like, are you being serious right now? She's like, so you think my nurse is gay because he does that? And I was like, I'm not saying anything, but I'm just assuming he probably is gay. It's fine. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, he's normal. There's nothing wrong. He just does this. It's a gesture. It's not a problem. She goes, let's ask him. I don't believe you. Swear to God. My nonna starts buzzing Gary the nurse, right? So Gary the nurse shows up, and he goes, yes, Maria, what's going on? Swear to God. And I'm like, okay, she has a question. She's like, my grandson says you're gay. And I'm like, first of all, I didn't say anything. I was like, she said your wrist is broken, and I'm just telling her it's not because you're at a hospital. Why would you walk around with a broken wrist? I was like, secondly, I just said that you're probably gay. And he goes, oh my God, your nonna's such a riot, and leaves. Right? And she's like, you see, he's not gay. And I was like, no, that was a yes. That was 100% yes. I was like, that's as yes as you're gonna get, right? And she's like, well, I've always been confused with the gays. And I was like, don't do this. Like, why are we doing this, And she's not in a private room. She's in a room with like 8 other people. And I'm just like, don't talk about this right now, And she's like, no, you know why the problem with the gays? I was like, don't tell me the problem with the gays. I was like, because you thought they didn't take off and they're like the #1 draft pick right now. I'm like, don't talk about the gays at all. Just leave them alone, you know? And she goes, here's the problem with the gays. She's like, I didn't think it was going to take off because I don't know how they do it. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I will not die before I know where the penis goes. And I was like, don't you say that again. Don't you say that. She swear to God, my nonna goes, I need to know where the penis goes. And I was like, stop yelling that in the hospital with a room full of 8 people, okay? And I swear to God, and I was just like, listen, I'm not doing this birds and the birds conversation with you on your deathbed, all right? I was like, I am fine if you die not knowing about the gays, okay? And I'm sure the gays are fine too without you knowing this, okay? She was just like, I need to know where the penis goes. If you don't tell me, I'm going to ask him. And I'm like, don't you hit that fucking button. Okay? She goes, you have 30 seconds to tell me. And I'm like, I'm not telling you. She goes, fine. Starts hitting the button, okay? Here comes Gary the nurse. And he goes, oh my God, Maria, you are just harassing me tonight. What do you need? Swear to God. She goes, my grandson says that you don't know where the penis goes, and I don't know where the penis goes, so you must know where the penis goes. Because if he doesn't know and I don't know, you must know. And I was like, he's like, what do you mean, where does the penis go? And I'm just like, she doesn't know how gay people do it. I was like, and she won't die until she knows. And I was like, I don't want her to die, so I'd rather you not tell her, because that could be the thing keeping her, I don't know, right? But just, can you tell her so I don't have to tell my grandmother on her deathbed how this works? I'm like, I'm a comedian, this is already being written. But I'm like, you can make or break the story, brother. That's all I'm saying, right? And he goes, my God, Maria, it's not a big deal. It goes in the poop chute. Leaves. Okay? He leaves, and she goes, I don't even know. She's like, what the hell is a poop parachute? And I'm like, no. I was like, he did not say poop parachute. That would be weird. I was like, that sounds like you tie a garbage bag to a piece of shit and throw it off a building. As things that kids in Newmarket do for fun. I don't know, right? I was like, I don't know what a poop chute is that you think. She's like, what the hell is the poop chute then? And I was like, are you being serious? I was like, think about it, Nana. Poop chute. I was like, you know, a laundry chute? I was like, think about that for your bum. And she's like, oh, the bum hole. And I was like, there you go. She's like, why did you just say that? And I was like, I don't want to say it. She's like, so the gay people put it in the bum hole? I was like, shut up. I'm like, stop talking. She's like, I don't know if that's entirely true. She buzzes him again. Okay? Gary comes back. She's like, no, Gary, I don't want you. You're too biased. And I'm like, what does that mean? Right? He's like, what does that mean, I'm biased? She's like, you're biased to the conversation about the poop chute. Give me another nurse. So, here comes a bunch of nurses, and then my nonna, you know how they have that hanging emergency string? Yeah. She starts tugging that. She's like, we're going to get to the bottom of this birds and the birds, as you say. Fucking starts tugging the emergency thing. All the nurses show up. And I'm like, hey guys, you're just in time. I brought cake. Thanks for dealing with my nonna. And I'm cutting cake and giving these nurses cake. She's like, I have a question for everybody but Gary, the nurse with the broken wrist. She's like, I need to know, do the gay people put the penis in the bum? And they go, are you serious? And she goes, yes, I'm serious. Why can't you think that I'm serious? And they go, yes, Maria. That's how they do it. They put it in the bum. She's like, okay. Now I can die. And that's it. And they all left. And I was like, now you can die? She's like, yes, now I know. She's like, I can go and die in peace. And I was like, that is the most ridiculous ending ever. I was like, I was hoping you were going to give me a strong punchline. Now I need to think of one. I was like, thanks for ruining my joke. And she's like, you better put this on stage if you don't. She's like, you're missing out on an opportunity. I'm going to make you famous. And I'm like, you're a piece of shit. I'm like, I'm out of here. You know what I mean? I'm like, you're... And that's it. That's how that story ends, right there. So don't... That was it. I left. That's I don't know. I have to think of punchlines. I can end there. Yeah, you want me to end there? I don't know. I was just gonna finish up. You don't have to. Yeah, it's fine. I don't know. What are you doing? No, I was. What are you doing now? I was just gonna end it with the whole moral of the message thing. So all I want is anybody to be left with from the story that I said is, if we could all be like my nonna for a day. Tell people how you actually feel, because that's what I've been trying to take away from her death the most, especially with doing comedy, right? To say it how it is on stage and things like that. Because I really do think that, can't go back in the past and we can't live in tomorrow. We can only live in today. And life is nothing but like a series of moments. And if you're not your true self in that moment, then you're not yourself at all. And then you're just going to regret it moving forward. So if we could all just be like my nonna and just shred people all day, I think we'd all live a better life. Guys, thank you so much. I'm Mark Anthony. Let's get Brandon up here. Thank you so much.